There's nothing wrong with caring so long as that caring isn't hurting you and that caring is congruent with what you actually care about. In this video, we're talking about caring too much and so much that it's really not great for us. It's taking up all of our time. It's making us worry all the time. It's really eating away at us. And we're like, okay, I probably need to care less about this. You might even be berating yourself for caring as much as you do about this thing because intellectually you know that you do not need to care about this or care about this as much as you do. Disclaimer, caring is cool. This isn't a video about caring for nothing. It's a conversation to help us recognize what to care about and what we can let go of. Because there are probably things in your life right now that you care about, that you maybe don't want to care about, or you'd rather not care about, but alas, here you are caring about it. I'm currently in a situation where I know I need to care less for my well-being, but I'm not sure how to do that, so I am creating this video so I can experiment alongside you if you relate. I have 3 tools on how to care less. The first is called the 20 Care Less questions. The second is the Chief Operating Principles filter, and the third is Your Caring is a Fire. The 20 questions tool is a tool asking yourself a bunch of questions. It's a tool to determine if you care about something, how you care about something, if you should care about something, if you want to care about something. So for example, here are some questions in your 20 questions, your 20 Care Less questions. Do I actually care about this thing? Or do other people care so that I think I should? Do I want to care about this? So bird's eye view, is this something I want to care about, but maybe it's not? You don't want to care about this, but you are anyway, so what do you do? Sort of similarly, should you care about this? Are you making a big deal out of something that doesn't need to be made a big deal of? What is the cost of caring about this, and what would I get back if I didn't care about this? Also, what is the cost of caring about this much, or as much as I do? Should I still care, but just less? All of these questions are ways to reflect on your caring. So once you've done your 20 careless questions, and it doesn't actually have to be 20, but it's like 20 questions, let's get into your values and chief operating principles. Your chief operating principles and values are sort of the same thing. What's awesome is you can choose what is important to you in different domains of your life. So your chief operating principles in your friendship are not going to be spelled out the same way as you would spell out your chief operating principles in the workplace. You get to develop your chief operating principles over time, and it's something that you can refer back to, and it's actually a lens or a filter that you can put on as you make decisions and other things. So one thing you can use your chief operating principles filter for is, of course, caring about this thing. For example, does caring about this thing align with my chief operating principles? If it's a no, that gives you a pretty straightforward answer. If it's a yes, you can think a little bit more about it, but really I want this to be able to narrow down what you care about based on the principles that you do hold. Also, value should not be a certain word that's going to be very vague and you're going to be able to apply to anything you think of, like justice. Instead, I want you to write a specific statement. For example, as a blank, I will operate this way. I will do this. I will do my best to blank. I believe in X. If this thing really has nothing to do with your chief operating principles or your job or your relationships or direct impact on your life, and you are finding yourself that you're caring about it so much, that's when you might decide to take a closer look at that thing. Finally, and my favorite tool is called Your Caring is a Fire. Picture your caring about something as a fire. If you care a lot about something, that caring fire is large and it's healthy, it's thriving. Sometimes our fires are raging, but we'd really rather have them not. So we need to think about how to tamp down that fire. We have to try to extinguish it as much as possible. And so there are a few ways, of course, to extinguish fire, just a variety of different ways. So we have to find the one that's most effective for us, which includes some trial and error. But I think this metaphor helps me. It helps me. I know this metaphor helps me. There will absolutely be times when the fire may not 100% extinguish. There's still going to be embers down there and ash, and it's going to be like a low level fire with this thing, but really it's on the back burner. Okay, this is a good thing. You've been able to decide that you didn't want to care about this thing as much. You had a raging fire and you were able to tamp it down, and it sort of, just in the background. However, don't assume that it's going to be in embers form forever, because our brains are very, very associative and they make associations left and right. What your brain is going to do next time you see something is it's going to tip off itself, and you're probably going to think back to that fire. That fire might be sparked. You added another log onto that fire. And so here you are, your fire is making its way into a big, booming, healthy fire again. I imagine this is bound to happen in many cases, but the good news is you were able to tamp the fire down originally, and I think you can do it again. If you know me or have watched the channel for a while, you'll know that I am not an expert at caring less, and I am an expert at caring too much, probably. So I hope in this video you picked out a tool or two to experiment if you're also in this same boat where you find yourself caring and giving so much energy about something and you wish you weren't. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.